Hello world and welcome to my channel. I am doing a inverter upgrade on my ute, and I'm just going to make a video about it. I've done one before on a camper trailer I had, so yeah, I'm just going to do that. Hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers. Well, I've just been out kayaking and walking, and let's get all my gear out of here. But what I'm going to do today is remove this thing. Has fallen off. It's a 200 watt inverter. I might give it to my mate to use, and I'm going to try and put an inverter in here now. Realistically, I should have put a panel, wooden panel on the back there, and put everything onto that, save me drilling holes every time I'm doing it. So not sure at the moment what I'm going to do. I might even remove things and put a wooden panel up there. I'm just going to think about it, but I'm going to get this gear out and make a start. This is a King's 1500 watt pure sine wave inverter. 12 volt DC, output's 240 AC, 50 Hertz, and the dimensions of the unit, mounting points, how much it weighs, and how much it uses on standby, which is under 2 amp hours. So I'll be putting this into my ute, and hopefully it'll be I can get power of it, or even run coffee makers if I want. A little bit of cable. Nothing else in the box. Another black cable, so you get the black and the red cable. Not very long. I wonder how long they'll be. Anyway, you get that. You get the user manual, and you get the unit. As I've said, I've had them before and I like them. They work well with coffee machines, and they also work with sandwich makers, so that's what I want. So if I go away for extended periods, I can then use the sandwich maker. And that's what it has. It has on-off switch, has a USB outlet there, looks like a phone or something like that there. I'm not that type of technician. And I got 2 outlets on the front. It is a little bit noisy when the fans come on, but at least you know they're working and drawing current. And these are the protected positive and negative terminals. So it's a good looking unit, works well for the time I had it before. I'll start by moving this fire blanket, relocating that. Put that over somewhere else. Put that over there, and I'll relocate this unit and put it up there. So I'll turn it off now. That kills all the power to that. So I'm going to move that up to there, but I might put a board up here. I just got to work what I'm doing out. I'll get back to you. Okay, I've got the front unscrewed. I'm just going to put that to one side for the moment while I bolt this box, and then decide what I'm going to do with the backing board or not. Well, that's off. I'll put it up there. I'll put a bit of plywood in here. I'll be right. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Make a bit of plywood to go up in there. Yeah, I've got a bit of plywood just lying around, wet on one corner, but if I cut a piece out, that's exactly 800, and I come across here, so I'll have a piece there and then I'll paint it black. Probably the easiest way to do it. Well, that's cut and painted. I used some prime and paint, spray paint. Dry time is in 10 minutes, so it's half an hour ago I did it. Had to get that label off, but it was really stuck on, been on there for a long time. But that will do me. Okay, I just screwed the board on place and 4 bolts. Actually self-tappers, they were into the aluminium. And then I'm going to screw everything onto that. I've got to seal up the holes on the side after I do all finish it all. But now I can attach everything to that board. Well, I've mounted that up. Mounted this up in place. I've just got to get a bolt-on fuse now. Made probably 125 amp fuse. Somewhere there on the active. I can take the neutral up to the battery monitor and it'll be right to go. Just wondering whether I should put a fuse, circuit switch on it. It'll be a big switch. So I've just been to J-Car and picked up a few things for this. One is a fuse holder, A&L inline fuse holder. The other is a 2-position 275 amp battery isolator. And right down the bottom is a fuse, 150 amp fuse. That'll come to, I had $10 credit at J-Car, so it come to $72.85. Really was $82.85. I had $10 credit on the system. Anyway, so I do all my formulas and things. See how it works out, but I wouldn't be putting 1500 watts through it very often, so say 1000 watts maybe. Righto. Okay, the battery monitor is at 100% and I've put it in there. I've got to tie a few more cables back to make it look a bit neater, and I'm going to cook a sandwich on the sandwich maker and see the current. So I am going to turn it on, turn this on, and I shall see what's drawing. Okay, it's drawing 83 amps. 83 amps, and I'm going to cook a sandwich on that with a ham, cheese and Corby mayo sandwich on the inverter. So you can see what it's drawing now, 92 amps the current, and this is a test for it. Okay, it's cooked 96%. Switch this off because it's cooked the sandwich, the lights are on. Sandwich is toasted, and yeah. And you can hear the inverter running. It's not on very long. I'm just going to turn that off. No, I don't need that on anymore. And it's used 96, so 4% of the battery it used. It's gone off again now, so I'll turn that off. So I'll isolate this so I can eat my sandwich. Now I'll do a summary when I'm finished this, but it was just a test to toast a sandwich on the inverter through the system I've just done. Okay, I've just had lunch. I'm just going to pack everything away, and then I'm going to finish off and tidy up the cables, and then I'll do a summary when I'm finished. This is the sandwich maker I had on during the test. Sandwich press, it's rated at 1000 watts. So it will go up to 1500 watts to my inverter, but 1000 watts gives you the idea how much 1000 watts our clients will draw out of it. Summarise it up, I've got a 1500 watt power inverter, which gives you 1500 watts of continuous power. I think it can peak higher. Goes through a 150 amp fuse, through a battery isolator, straight on to the lithium battery, 120 amp hour lithium battery. The neutral comes from here up to the battery monitor, through the battery monitor, and everything comes through the battery monitor, then goes to the power inverter. Now I upgraded the cables to 6 gauge, they were 8 gauge, so I upgraded to 6 gauge, which is 16mm squared. I know it draws 80 amps and the cables are probably only rated at, I don't know, 70 amps, 65, 70 amps. But you're only running it for a short period of time. And so when you're having your toasted sandwich on, it might be drawing 85, 90 amps, but you're only using a bit of a current going through. It's not overheating too much. So by doing a toasted sandwich, you can see up here that I'll put some glasses on so I can read it. Yeah. So it's doing nothing at the moment, nothing on except the meat monitor. It was 120 amps up here, and now it's used 6 amp hours. In the short time I had that on, 96%. I've had solar blanket on there, it'd be charged back up again. And the battery is 13.3 volts, 96%. So that's the set of system I've got now. I can use, there's a cigarette lighter on the back of here, there's 2 USBs there, cigarette light up here, like a cigarette lighter at USBs and cigarette lighters in the car. I can isolate this system and isolate that. So when I'm not using the inverter over here, I'll have it off so I don't bump it. And yeah, so the power inverter through a 6-gauge wire, through a 150 amp fuse, through a 225 amp isolation switch, straight onto the battery for the positive. The negative or black wire comes from here, through here, up to B- on the battery monitor, goes through the battery monitor to P-. When it separates, and then one goes to the power inverter, and all the other wires go up to my little switchboard area. That's the red arc DC-DC charger. I can charge up through the car or solar blankets, and it goes through here. I always leave this on most of the time because then I can drive and charge at the same time. And I can also see what's in here by pushing that on the side of that. That stays on. That's the battery box from King's, and that's the system I have. Yeah, I've just come back from a half-hour drive, picking up my son from work, there and back. 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back, and had to wait for him for about 10 minutes. So it's nearly 100%, 119 amp hours in the battery. Not quite there yet, but it'll be nearly there. So you can see it flashing on and off, green, off, on. That means when it flashes it's charging. So yeah, I run the car for half an hour for using the sandwich press. It'll be fully charged again. Yeah. So putting in 2.7 amps from the alternator, 13.5 volts. Yeah, so nearly 100% charged, 119 amp hours. So the next time I start it, it'll be fully charged. Well, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers.